Welcome to another Team Solemn Circus live duel. Today we have two good players. We have Todd on the left side. He's playing Dinomorphia Labrynth. Very two cool strategies. You know, Labrynth get to get another buff. And on the right, we are playing Spright. Very, both good players. We know what the deck does. And as you guys can see, most of you guys are not subscribed. So please subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a lot. And before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, as we just mentioned. And we see some shuffling up. We're going to see some die rolls here. The deck is very, very scary. I know they play one of the cards, like it swaps your graveyard and your monster. And they have like some of their traps that make them so that you can't activate effects. And then it just gets so crazy. And can't activate effects if their life points are lower than yours. It's a very interesting deck due to the fact that like time is a huge thing. Say we're just chatting here, talking about it, talking about other stuff. You guys know Todd, he's been on the channel lots. We're just cutting up the deck here. We're just praying that, he doesn't get to go first. We're going to see an 11 and A8. So here, the Spright player is going to choose to go first. And obviously, they're going to do that. They do see, looks like 2 monsters and 3 traps in that person's hand. And I'm just personally glad it's not Earth Machines. I do not like that deck one bit. We're going to see set 1 and a pass. Not a great opening from the Spright player at all. There are normal summon the Dinomorphia Labrynth, I think it's called. Then we're going to have to imperm because, it does search for a trap, I believe. Then they're going to activate the effect of their Labrynth card. Because its normal trap card was activated. It can special summon itself. Multi-Faker, is that you? And then we're going to see 4 sets and pass. We do see a Nib in our hand. Definitely not going to be playing that. Swap Frog is going to be inherently summoning itself by discarding the second Swap Frog. Then we're going to normal summon the Ash Blossom. Not a great hand. We're going to see Punishment, and then we're just going to scoop it up right there. No need for anything further. That Swap Frog's not going to do too much. And most likely they're going to send Punishment there to, get rid of both of the cards in hand, and then we're just going to just be getting OTK'd. So, not worth it. This week is a very exciting week for us. This is a not a pretty old duel, but a duel from last week before the regionals. I was playing the Nib because I thought that like a lot of players overextend into it, so that's why you guys see it there. And here we're gonna go back in. We see Swap Frog's gonna activate its effect, sending the Angler, very nice. Then we're gonna be able to Chain Link 1 and Chain Link 2, sending the Swap Frog as Chain Link 2, and getting summon out 2 Beavers because we love just protecting our Chain Links. This is the deck I also took to regionals. I did change it up a bit. I did cut the Nibs. I actually put in main deck Shifters instead. Unfortunately bubbled, but that is what it is. Glad to see a lot of people. I do just go to them. I have my invite, so it doesn't really matter. Just go to see some buddies, have some good time, and get people's deck profiles, which I did do. So very, very glad. Blue is gonna be push summoned here. We're gonna activate the effect, searching for a carrot. It looks like we know we're playing against trap decks, so it's gonna be quite useful. Looks like here we're debating. We're going to see and link summon into a Spright Elf. Elf effect's going to target the Swap Frog. Actually, he's going to chain the Imperm there, negating that. We misplayed there. We should have special summoned that carrot, so we could have discarded blue to actually negate it, special summon it back. Getting an Obby negated is huge in versus trap decks. We're going to special summon the carrot now, but the damage is done. No Swap Frog for us, unless we choose to overlay, which looks like we're considering here. Special amount of Jet effect's going to be able to activate here. We can search for a double cross potentially, one of my favorite cards in the deck, which we are doing here. not the best versus the trap deck, but we can steal their big monster. Lady of the Labyrinth is pretty huge. We're going to overlay here into Gigantic. Gigantic's going to activate its effect, discarding the blue, or not discarding, sending blue. Something with the Swap Frog, we are going to get that negate up. That totally awesome. And we're going to set one card and pass. We see I'm having a Pot of Prosperity, a Stovey. It's going to banish some cards for cost. And here's going to see a Welcome Labyrinth, Lady of the Labyrinth, and a Dinomorphia Labrynth. Here I'm just picking up that lady. They're getting a Welcome Labyrinth or something like that in the next set. Kind of gives me Attack on Titan vibes, but the card's really good. He's going to search for the Welcome Labyrinth. And here's going to play the Field Spell. We're going to activate the Carrot to negate and destroy. He's going to set 3. And we're going to activate Elf as he attempts to pass. Summoning out the Jet, and then Jet's going to be able to search us, most likely these Smashers. In theory, we probably should have searched the Smashers first, because that Spright Double Cross is probably not going to do very much. And here we could have popped one of it, or banished one of his cards. We do still have a Carrot and a Totally Awesome negate, so, it's not too bad. We're going to turn the Jet into attack position here. Activating the Elf effect, targeting is going to be the blue there. It's going to activate Ice Dragon's Prison. And here it looks like we do have a chance. We're going to Carrot this, it looks like. Sending the Jet. He's going to chain the Welcome Labyrinth. Here we're going to Toad negate. And I believe he has the Frenzy. I'm not too sure what it does. And then we're going to chain these Smashers here as well. And then he's going to scoop it up, knowing that once we get rid of that, that card is going to be on a Stovey and a top deck. Kind of crazy how these quick games can go. We're not talking about no Shizu tier 40 card, or like or this week's video, we have one of the Josh Kirby playing Dinomorphia and Dragon Link tier. Now, can you say combo deck? Let's take Dragon Link and Tier Elements and just make it one big deck. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. But yeah, we're not talking about no Dragon tier deck. We're talking about good old Spright, Spright control, Spright combo, whatever you want to call it. And we're talking about Dinomorphia Labrynth trap decks. Which normally are pretty grindy, but, unfortunately the game just goes like that sometimes. You just have the cards. I'm not too sure, but I think that the Labyrinth deck can also play play shifter. Pretty crazy when you look at the deck, like, can this deck play shifter or not? And that's a requirement. Here you just see we're talking to the table beside us. And most likely he's going to choose to go first here. And we're just hoping for one of the lightning storms. We see a Stovey. Is he playing that card at 3 or? I almost had one of the Dinomorphia. And here we're thinking, are we going to choose to negate that? It's good to go through, so here he's going to be able to search for a trap card. Most likely going to be Frenzy. And he realizes he doesn't have any, so he can't actually activate the effect. He can activate the Stovey effect, sending itself and the spell to set that Labyrinth, Welcome Labyrinth, and just set 2 cards there. Here we're going to draw for turn. Going to activate the Welcome Labyrinth. And we're going to have to read the card, 3rd round. And we have to read the card. Should have read it earlier. It's going to look like it's going to go through. He's going to summon a Lady of Lament or a Lady Labyrinth. He does have those Labyrinth monsters, so he's summoning the green one, I believe. And that's going to activate the effect, searching for the Lady of Silver Castle. I don't know why I said Lady of... So many lady cards. We're going to normal summon the Beaver. And we're going to activate the effect. He's going to go through special summoning with the Angler there. Then he's going to be able to activate the effect of Lady. Summoning herself out. And then I don't think she can be destroyed. And then he's going to chain the Frenzy. Don't think she can be destroyed while some cards are set. It's going to set Terror of the Underroot here. Then we're going to see a Dinomorphia, I guess it's the one with the teeth. The waifu, as you guys call it. And then she gets to do it again. So here she's going to do it again and going to fusion summon. And here we get to make the big guy, Rexstern. I know under skill train it is 4K attack, and it's kind of huge. Kind of funny, too. You're going to see a special summon of Carrot trying to negate some of those spells and traps. And we're activating the starter here. And most likely summon out that Jet. Summoning out Red here. So we did take that 1200. We're going to link summon here into IP Masquerena. This tends to mean that we're going to go for the Avermax here. We're going to special summon out Jet, and then Jet effect is going to be able to activate, which is why we didn't summon it off the starter here. Maybe we can't activate the Jet effect because he has less life points. I know he pays like half, I think, for the fusion summons, but we're going to see an overlay of IP and the guy to make the gigantic. We're going to enter battle phase here and attack the other monster, and that's just going to be game there. Unfortunately, he left this monster in attack position. Not so great when we have 3,200 attack. Unfortunately, I did add life points, and that's going to be game there. So we did see a 2-1. That is kind of like the unfortunate parts of the Dino strat. Like, you are low in life points, so you can be very vulnerable. But if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and well, we'll see you in the next one.